used at?
Bible? There's a lot of people asking this question, a lot of YouTube videos, people trying to say Obama's the Antichrist, Obama's the Antichrist. But I've yet to see one YouTube video that asks this question: is Barack Hussein Obama, his name, found in the Bible? So let's take a look at each one of the words of his name and find if actually each one of those words is found in the scripture. So the first one is the word Barak. Barak, the Hebrew form of Barak is Baruch. Baruch atah Hashem Adonai. Bless the name of the Lord. So Baruch means bless.
All right, so he just said the Hebrew form. Now watch how he changes it up and uses the Arabic.
But in the Bible, I typed into my search engine, Barak, spelled this way. It doesn't show up in the Bible. But if you take away the K and you spell it B-A-R-A-C, well, guess what? Oh, excuse me, B-A-R-A-K without the C. Guess what you find out? You do a search in the Bible search engine, and the word Barak shows up 13 times in 14 verses. That's interesting. A lot of people say, oh, 13, that's an unlucky number. Yeah, sure enough, unlucky number 13. So the word Barak, and it's spelled differently but pronounced the same, Barak shows up 13 times in 14 verses, and the word Barak supposedly means blessed.
Oh, wait. See, he says supposedly in Arabic, but didn't he just begin off the video by talking about it's Baruch for Hebrew?
Arabic language. Well, how about the name?
So there's confusion right there if you're not paying close enough attention. What are you doing giving us Arabic definitions if you just started off by telling us the Hebrew meaning?
Hussein. Well, I'm on my search engine here, and I type in Hussein, and guess what? The word Hussein doesn't appear in the King James Bible. So I started looking and trying to find, what does Hussein mean? And some people say Hussein actually means the good one. Others say Hussein means...
Well, if you can't show us how they came about with figuring out it means good, then why are you mentioning it? Because now you're just giving us opinions, right?
means the anointed.
And once again, he says some people say it means anointed. He's not giving us where they come about it. So now this is all speculatory, right? We don't need people that are, guessing and giving us what they think. We need definitions. We need facts. We need, the etymology.
Anointed one. I've heard people say that the word Hussein means Christ, but I've yet to find...
How about this? Since Obama is from Kenya, how about you go to the people in Kenya or look this up in the African languages to figure out what it means, instead of all this speculatory stuff, right? Because right now, all three of these are, I heard. I haven't given you a fact or a way to prove it. I've heard.
Source in the internet or on paper that says that. I've just heard that through word of mouth. So
See?
please investigate.
Word of mouth, heard. All three.
But Hussein means the good or the anointed one.
See, now he's making it a fact. He has not shown us or given us evidence that it's either of these three titles. He told us to begin with, I heard, word of mouth, but now it's all a fact. So all of this should be wiped away.
Well, in the Bible, there's one called the Anointed One, and he's called an anointed cherub. And in Ezekiel 28:14,
wait a minute.
This is interesting. In Ezekiel 28:14,
wait a minute, I thought there Jesus was anointed one.
we read these words in speaking of Satan, which we know is Lucifer. Well, let me read it.
We don't know that. I'm of one of those people that believe Lucifer and Satan are two different things. I'm a one that really, even though that's all they talk about is Lucifer and Satan, I still am one that I'm more worried about Moloch. And when I mean worried, I'm talking about the fact that in the New Testament, and I was mentioning this to my sister, you can go through the Old Testament, the Book of Kings, the Chronicles, and they will tell you, all the times that the Hebrew kings did wickedness. They were more wicked than their fathers when they built high places, or they didn't tear down the high places of Moloch. All that wonderful jazz. New Testament. I'm waiting. Somebody give me verses to show me the name where Moloch, Baal, all of those deities that they start listing in the book of Kings, 2 Kings, by name. There's like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them they mention, different ones. But all of a sudden in the New Testament, they all just disappear, and it's just Satan and Lucifer. Talk about the Christian brainwashing.
Ezekiel 28:14 to you. It's speaking of the devil, which we know is Satan. And it says, right here, thou art the anointed cherub that covereth. So he's anointed. And I have set thee so, thou wast upon the holy mountain of God, thou hast walked up and down in the midst of the fire. So it's talking to Lucifer, and God is talking to him and said, you are the anointed cherub that covereth. Well,
now, if you're paying attention, he still hasn't shown how the Hussein, the name, is at all factually connected to any of these. So this is all speculatory, and this is where Christians miss.
Hussein means the anointed one, then we find the word anointed in the Bible in Ezekiel 28:14, and the context is not good. The context is of the devil. And, I don't want to go too in-depth in this video, but for those that don't know, Satan was a cherub. And in the Bible,
now watch this.
Before Satan fell, the Bible says he was the anointed
Watch
cherub
this.
that covereth. So God sat on his throne, and God allowed Lucifer to sit up here.
All right, wait. Isn't in the book of Isaiah, Lucifer said, I will set my throne above God? Now he's saying God let him do it? Wasn't it a part of in the book of Isaiah where Lucifer ends up falling, that, what was it, that he set his throne above? He was saying, I'm going to set my throne above you. But this guy's promoting that God let him do it. And he's doing the star. The star of what? Moloch? The star of Rimfam? That Lex always taught us about? The star that we shouldn't be worshiping? The star that when I see those black Hebrew Israelites putting it on in their garments, I'm like, how are you guys still doing this? When we flip to the Old Testament, we can see that it ticked the Creator off, that they wore that star. And let me retract that. I think the book of Acts is the only place I remember where it mentions Moloch, because it talks about the star. So let me rephrase that. I just don't remember his name mentioned in any of the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Romans, stuff like that. So I might have been wrong. Let me just think about it. It's the book of Acts, I think, because they start talking about the star. Here we go.
The cherub that covereth. And the Bible tells us there were 4 other cherubs. There was Michael, the archangel, the cherub, Gabriel, and there are 2 others.
Now watch that. He told us just now, the Bible tells us. Now he's going to take it from the Bible and go to Jewish mysticism, right?
That are never mentioned in the Bible.
Oh, wait. You just told us the Bible tells us they're in there. Now all of a sudden they're not. Watch.
The archangel,
Hold on.
the cherub. Before Satan fell, the Bible says he was the anointed cherub that covereth. So God sat on his throne, and God allowed Lucifer to sit up here, the cherub that covereth. And the Bible tells us
He
there
just
were 4 other cherubs.
And when he just read that, he was talking about the cherub that covered the mountain of fire, right? That walks up and down. Like, how is this even making sense that all of a sudden he's sitting above God on a throne?
There was Michael, the archangel, the cherub, Gabriel, and there are 2 others that are never mentioned in the Bible, but they are mentioned in Jewish historical books.
Watch.
I don't know if they're true or not. I only believe the Bible. So God sat on his throne, and God allowed Lucifer to sit up here, the cherub that covereth. And the Bible tells us there were 4 other cherubs. There was Michael.
And that's what I'm talking about. He just said the Bible tells us there was 4 other angels. Now listen to him.
The archangel, the cherub, Gabriel, and there are 2 others that are never mentioned in the Bible.
Wait, you just told us the Bible tells us there's 4 angels. And now you're saying there's 2 others that weren't never mentioned in the Bible. See, this is the problem when Christians are teaching you this stuff. When you don't read this stuff for yourself and you just sit back and turn on these YouTube videos and you say, hey, teach me, Pastor.
But they are mentioned in Jewish historical books. Now, I don't know if they're true or not. I only believe the Bible.
But you just told us the Bible said it was mentioned 4 angels. You're not even talking about what was the other angel that's really mentioned in there too, the angel of death. Why'd you brought him up? And how about the angel of the Lord that went and met with Moses? Not Moses, Abraham. Man, get me worked up. Lex taught us the name of him too when he went into the Strong Concordance.
There was one named Raphael, and they say the other cherub, or archangel, was Uriel.
Or Ariel.
So, according to the Bible, there were
the mermaid.
Cherubs, and the anointed cherub on top was the devil, or Lucifer. Now, he wasn't called the devil. His name was Lucifer until he fell. Well, how did he fall? Well, when Lucifer, or Satan, fell, he left heaven.
You're a
And
moron.
to this day, don't you know that Satanists worship an upside-down star? That's Baphomet. And they draw their little goat in here, and these are the horns. But it's interesting that this is the way God had it originally. Satan was up here. And it was like a star. And then Satan fell down, so the star inverted.
What about the pentagram that's in the middle of that too?
So the anointed cherub that covereth is connected to Lucifer, who the Bible called the anointed cherub, and the word Hussein means the good, anointed, handsome Christ.
Now watch, he just went through all that, right? And he still hasn't given us the sources to prove that Hussein means good, anointed, or Christ. It's all speculatory off of the fact that he heard by word of mouth.
Interesting. Maybe there's something there, maybe there's not. Maybe I'm just making something up.
Yeah, you are.
But let's look at the last word, Obama. Is the word Obama in the Bible? Actually, it is. Let's look up. Let me find it real quick. I have it written down, but I'll go ahead and type it into the search engine. And it comes up in Ezekiel 20:29. So the word Bama actually means from high places.
Now, this is what I was showing Lex. When you take the name Alabama and you break it down, right, you'll find that B-A-M-A is actually in the word Alabama, and it will take you back to what the Arabic for high places. Like, just break down the whole word Alabama, and it's crazy what you'll discover.
And in Ezekiel, let me look up the verse again. Ezekiel 20:29. We find the word Bama. It doesn't have the O, but it's the
So
same word, Bama.
wait. See, there's the trick. There's the trick. You said we found the name Obama. Now you're saying you didn't find it because technically, if it doesn't have the O, then it's not Obama, right? Come on, hold these people's feet to the fire. You can't fool us like that.
With an H on the end. Well, what does it say? Ezekiel 20:29 says these words. I hope you're ready. Ezekiel 20:29 says, Then I said unto them, What is the high place whereunto ye go? And the name thereof is called Bama unto this day. So the high place. So the word Bama means high places, or heavenly places, or on high. And I did another video, and on that video I talked about what the name of Barack Hussein Obama means. Barack means blessed. Good, anointed is what Hussein means, and Obama means from high places. Barack also means lightning.
See, now where's the source? Prove it.
That's interesting.
Is it Hebrew? Is it Aramaic, like you were saying that blessing comes from?
18. Let me go there
God, this
quickly.
guy's he's got people fooled, man.
I,
Look at all the views on this. Look at all the likes. Only what 153 were smart enough to figure out what I figured out.
Because all three of his names are found in this verse. Luke 10:18. And Jesus says, and he said unto them, Jesus speaking to the disciples, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. I beheld
Wait. He said high places. High places are what? Tops of mountains? Volcanoes? Trees? Those are all high places. Altars you built up. Now how's a high place? High places all of a sudden heaven. He still hasn't shown us how, in what language Barak means lightning. He doesn't even make sense when you sit there and think about it.
As lightning, Barak means lightning.
You haven't proved it.
from heaven. Huh.
How is it falling from heaven? That's not even what the verse said when you read it.
Connect the dots and say that Obama is indeed the Antichrist.
You're a...
I don't know. I'm not going to say he is. I'm just going to wait and see. But it is interesting. There's a lot of people out there who believe that Barack Hussein Obama is indeed the Antichrist prophesied in the scriptures, in the book of Revelation. Also in Daniel chapter 11. If you want an interesting study sometime, go to Daniel chapter 11 and read about what it says that this conquering ruler will do. Because in Daniel 11, there's some things that sound awful lot like what Obama did. Daniel 11 mentions that whoever the guy is.
That's all speculatory. He's not giving you hard facts. Maybe I'm used to Lex Will. Maybe I'm used to the education center. Where they, you just don't understand. Like, I just want, and I'm not even a Barack Obama fan. I didn't even vote for the man. But you're not even teaching facts. You're teaching speculatory intuition. That's it, man. Like, this is garbage, man.
Bring down the king of Egypt. Well, there was a king in Egypt named Barak, and he's been kicked out by the Arab Spring. It says in Daniel that the king of the north shall trouble him. Well, the king of the north is Russia, and Putin is causing Obama a lot of problems this day. Syria is mentioned in Hebrews 11, and we know all about Syria and Benghazi and what's going on there. And there was one more, I can't remember, Egypt, I believe Iraq.
See, in that part right there, that's also another one. If we were in the North Country, the king of the north will give Egypt problems. Think about that. What was the king of the north, America's doing to Syria? Which your wonderful president, what's his name? Donald Trump. Because Trump's not even his name, his actual name. They changed it. Morons.
There's a lot of things in the book of Daniel that appear to be taking place, prophecies today from this man. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out and let you look that up.
Yeah, you did a lot of throwing out.
Obama in the Bible? Well, Barack is there 13 times. Where Hussein doesn't show up.
13 times. Don't forget to mention the reason that 13 is so big, right? Was made popular by what? The Masons? Because what happened to them on Friday the 13th? When, what was it? King Louis, was it the 5th or the 3rd, whoever it was massacring them so he could take back the royals and riches that they had? Who chased them off to Scotland?
But the word anointed does, and it's connected to this guy. Of course, it's also anointed to Jesus Christ. He is anointed the true Christ. It's funny how people today want to call Obama a Christ. Matter of fact, he's been called the God of forces. And he's been praised as though he were a god.
I want proof of that. Where's the proof? He's all speculatory. Moron, man. You're a moron. You're a moron. That's all I could take. You're a moron. May the Creator run you over. I can't stand. So, I was reading in, I just finished up 2 Kings, and as I flipped to the next book, I was reading through the lineages, and the name Oholibama was brought up. And what was really cool was I had just finished listening to a video from Anthony L. Elmore, the founder of the Black Buddhist Society, and he was just going over Obama. I tried to find the video. I think I watched too many of them, of these videos. I can't figure out which one it was. But in one of them, Obama was explaining that, about his father, being from Kenya, his grandfather being from Kenya, his mother was from Kansas, his father and them, whatever. And they gave him, he literally says, they gave me a African name, right? And he explained the African name. And I just thought that was really interesting because right here, and I actually even took this to a translation app so I could pronounce it right. And it was, let's see, this is the one that's listed in the King James Bible when you look for it. Oholibama. Right there. All right. So I'm just saying, like, oh, this guy's just freaking aggravating. This is one of Esau's wives, just to let you know. She had her name changed. Let's see. Esau changed their name at one point in time, which I thought was really interesting because I've been looking at rivers that had that name here in America, and I had no idea. I just know it's important to the Hebrew language, and once again, this proves Esau was also speaking Hebrew. When you just read about this, with the name change and everything, Hebraic name he gave his wife. So I'll leave that in the description box. Everyone take care. Watch out for morons that teach and claim that they know the Bible.